Hello, everybody. Welcome to Vibe Time with Geri with my co host, Flowers. I'm
Hey,
at
hey.
Flowers' house. I'm at Flowers' house because I'm at Mommy's house. And I did not feel like taking my laptop. So, since Flowers here lives about 5 seconds from my mom, I decided that I was just going to come over here and do the podcast. Hope everybody's doing well. We're winging it tonight. It's called Fly Time with Geri. Because unfortunately, our favorite John Stevens from Virginia Paranormal Events was not able to come on the show due to unforeseen circumstances. So, with that said, yes, I'm here. Can you see chat?
Oh, duh.
He's fired.
There's nothing there to see.
Howdy.
Hey, Chris. How's it going?
How are you doing? Back in football season. Let me know when it's over. Thought you was going to stop doing all that. So many things. I have a few topics that I want to talk about, but I want everybody's thoughts. Hey, Phil. How you doing?
Hey, Phil. How you doing? Hi, Tina.
As I said, I'm at Flower's house because I'm at my mom's house, and I did not feel like bringing my laptop. So came over to Flower's house and then going back to Mommy's. Busy, yeah, I bet. So do we want to get into those topics like right now? Yeah, I suppose. So I don't know how many of y'all are on TikTok, but I have seen a couple videos. I saw one video circulating where this lady was talking about how loved ones come to visit you by your bedside. Hey, Tree.
Hey, Teresa.
So she was talking about loved ones come to visit by her bedside, and then quite a few people in the comments got into the comment section and said, loved ones don't come to visit you, they're demons. And I just was like, huh? Like, people are like, oh, those are demons, and the reason why psychics aren't real, and the reason why they are able to a psychic is able to pinpoint certain things is because maybe that demon heard that conversation. And I just was like, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I was just wondering other people's thought process on that. Because, you know, when people's loved ones come to me, I'm not understanding the demon thing. I'm not getting that.
Yeah, now, I'm not going to sit here and say that it's not a demon because it sometimes, and I'm saying very rarely, but sometimes it could be a demon.
I'm just trying to figure out. Well, I mean, I guess with Spirit World, you're kind of playing Russian roulette, really, because sometimes you don't know who you're talking to. But I don't, I don't think that loved ones. I mean, your loved one has a certain energy to them,
Yes.
and are they able to mimic that energy too? And
Yeah.
you know,
But what if it's somebody that they just want nothing more than a loved one to visit them, and they think that any little knock or whatever, oh, that's my mom or whoever.
mm-hmm.
They're just so wide open that
Ooh. Hello.
Cat
David's new
just jumped
cat.
up on the table.
David's new cat scared the shit out of me.
They're just so
Demon.
yeah, they're just so wide open that they think anything is a loved one. Those would be the ones that a demon could actually visit them and make them think it's that it's
Cat scared the shit out of me. Sorry.
that it's that it is their loved one, but it's actually a demon. So on that point, yeah, I can see it. But just to sit there and say, to make a blank statement, it's a demon. That's
Well, like Phil said, they're just wrong, but you will never change their minds about that.
yeah,
And I thought about that. That's why I didn't even bother commenting, because you could see people commenting, and a lot of people were agreeing, but there were some people who were like, nope, that's not right. That's my loved one. I know that energy, and then they were just kind of going back and forth. And I was just reading stuff, and I was like, I don't want to put my energy into that stuff at all. That's the beautiful thing with social media, is you can decide what you're going to put your energy into, and you can decide what you're not. And I was like, I just wanted to read it, because I'm always looking for different topics to talk about on the show, interesting topics, and that just kind of sparked my interest. I was raised in a United Pentecostal church and told there were no such thing as ghosts, only demons, yet told a butterfly landing on you is deceased loved one visiting. It's confusing. And which brings us to a video we were watching, right? The video where he was talking about towards the end how certain sexual tendencies, and what else was it? It was something else that's demonic. And I'm going,
yeah. Basically, what he said is anything that's a sin is demon, is demonic.
And I'm having a hard time with that.
Yeah.
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah. And Chris, when you say you were raised in the Pentecostal church and was told that there's no such thing as ghosts, only demons. My answer to that is to what I've given this answer to many people who say they don't believe because they're Christian, is where in the Bible does it say Jesus is the only ghost? The hell?
I was cracking the door more because I thought I saw the little cat peering.
Well, that's my demon.
Oh. Wouldn't be surprised around here.
Yeah, but where in the Bible does it say it's Jesus is the only ghost? It doesn't.
Yes, it is a bit unusual. So I was just wondering, people's thoughts on that particular topic of, what do you think about that? Because it's not making sense to me.
Yeah. But back to that video where the guy said basically anything that's a sin is a demon. You got to figure out where he's also said third eye is demonic too.
Yeah.
So take that guy with a grain of salt.
We was watching a video about a priest's exorcism, and he evidently, the guy had watched a YouTube channel on how to open your third eye, and which he said third eye is demonic. And he said that the guy became possessed from watching the video.
That's what's wrong with you.
Flowers. But third eye, I live up there, so I guess I'm in a demonic state, I don't know. But he said that that was his hardest possession, was a guy that became possessed trying to open up his third eye, watching YouTube.
And there's something about that guy. He just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Especially, he's supposed to be in clergy. He used the term father. And he didn't look like any priest I ever met.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a hard time with the third eye being demonic because you see so many things there. I mean, you know, there's so much stuff there to see, and I don't consider my third eye as demonic.
Yeah.
So I'm having a little bit of a hard time with that one. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nope.
Not at all.
Mm-mm. So anyway, that's what we were doing, was watching this priest video. Lots of spiritual gifts. I had witnessed too many things to put a demonic label on them. Yeah, I agree. And it's almost like you're not any way or shape. You're not any way, shape, or form. Yeah, it's like, you know, okay, he needs to lay off of whatever he's smoking. Tina. And we all have a third eye. Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
You know. And I utilize mine quite every day. So am I, you know, I don't know. I just have a hard time with a video on YouTube possessing somebody.
Yeah.
That's what I was having a hard time with. Because how is that possible?
Yeah. And like I said, I may just be one of the lucky ones, because I've been in the paranormal field for a bunch of years, and I have never come across a demon. Now, I know Geri has, or something non-human.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Yeah. But it's very rare, though, that you find that you come across a true demon.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that was a demon or not. I mean, Tina was there when it happened.
Yeah.
You know, but I just don't know if that was a demon. You know, it was able to go from a little tiny bit of smoke to thick smoke, and then from thick smoke it was able to crawl on the walls, and that's exactly what it did.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was able to manifest into a person, and then it manifested into something I didn't know what the hell it was. And it was able to manipulate the air. It was able to manipulate the temperature. It was able to manipulate my feeling. So I don't know what that was.
And have you ever come across a intelligent spirit that was able to do all that? Because those are your only two choices.
Not like that. Not like this one was able to do. Yeah. I don't even know what the hell it was.
I don't know about possession, but I've been attacked through a digital photo.
Okay. Yeah. You know, and because evidently this, on the YouTube video, they, what did he say? On the YouTube video?
What, that priest guy?
Yeah, where he said, I lost my whole train of thought. I'll come back to it. It just went, I knew what I wanted to say, and it went right out of my, I mean, I guess you could, if you got attacked through a digital photo, then you might be able to get attacked through a video. I mean, it's the same thing. It's digital.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Tina said, I think it's a very nasty spirit. Yeah, it was crazy watching it slither across the wall. Yeah, I don't. I've come across a lot of intelligent spirits in the work that I've done, but this one was just different. It was just able to take a room that had heat and just turn it cold and dark, and I don't know, it was weird. Yeah, she was evil in life and evil in afterlife, I think. Yeah.
And Phil, um, and now I'm not saying that it didn't happen, so please don't think I am. I'm not saying it didn't happen, but is it possible that whatever the subject matter of that digital photo that opens you up, and there just happened to be something around that attacked you versus being attacked through a digital photo?
That's interesting. Yeah. Hello, long time no see. I had an active spirit contact at Williamsburg. It was awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because I might be closed-minded here. I don't know. But and plus, it's never happened to me, and I've never seen it happen to anybody else. I trust Phil. If he says it happened, I'll take his word for it. But I just have a hard time wrapping my head around getting attacked through a photo, unless the photo itself was, well, then it being digital. So that's where I'm having a hard time there, being digital. Because does that mean anybody looking at that picture got attacked, or?
Yeah, and that's the thing on something like that. Like what causes that?
Yeah.
Like the person that was possessed on the third eye video YouTube, is he the only one? Like I would so like to know which video it was so I could go watch it.
Yeah. Because as much as you go into your third eye, you're not being possessed.
Yeah.
At least I hope not.
No.
Yeah.
I was at home on my PC reviewing images of a fellow investigator shared with me.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm just wondering, I wish I knew which video it was so I could go watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're fine. You don't have to type out the whole story. We kind of get the gist of what you're telling us. But yeah, that's interesting. But I just don't think the part with the loved ones and the demons, I don't know. I'm having a hard time swallowing that one. Not so much the third eye thing too much, because you can get really, focused and concentrate in there and forget everything else around you, and so.
And that's all the more reason to protect yourself before each and every investigation.
Yeah. And I think people forget to do that. Grounding. People forget to ground.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I still think that I had that attachment and I picked it up when I went to Pamplin Park. I still think I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why I got sick for some of the months that I got sick for about 8 or 9 months. And that was part of it. Yeah, with my vertigo. Yeah. Phil, is it possible you had an attachment with you and it attacked you while you were looking at them? That would have definitely freaked me out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I had a spirit attack, but it was in person. I did have that happen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had to have my bishop friend, um, I had to have my bishop friend do a full, like, almost exorcism because I didn't know what it was. So, you know, yeah, post investigation cleanse is important. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but yeah, things can attach themselves.
Yeah.
I was just innocently sitting at the doctor's office. I was minding my own business when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever that lady had on her jumped onto me, and she knew she had an attachment. It was just so freaky how it
I
happened.
remember when that.
It was so freaky how it happened. I went to go take my son to the doctor, and we were just sitting in the doctor's office. And then this lady and this man walk into the office. And my doctor at the time, he's retired now, but he practiced out of his house. So you sat in his living room and waited for him to come out. And a man and woman walked in. Well, the woman was clinging onto the man, and she had on sunglasses. And I remember kind of looking at her and looking over at him, and he had this like really weird like grin on his face, like a smirk. And I remember looking at her wanting to do Reiki, and because I just, I would never do it without anybody's permission, but I wanted to, but I didn't. And she ended up pulling her sunglasses down, and as soon as she did that, whatever she had on her attached to me, because I looked at my oldest and I said, you know what, I'm starting to get really dizzy. And I said, I wasn't dizzy before. I'm getting really, really dizzy. And I knew something was not right. And when she ended up taking her sunglasses off, and whatever it was lifted off of her jumped onto me, but she just looked like a ray of sunshine after that. I don't know how to explain to you her demeanor when she came in. Just was weird. But after that jumped from her onto me, she looked like something just totally lifted off of her. And then I had to go to my friend's house because I told Vicente, I said, I was like, I got to get to Bishop Tim's house. I said, because there's something wrong. So I reached out to Bishop Tim, and of course he did his little holy water thing. And when he was doing that and saying his prayers, whatever that was went out of my body, but it went down into my legs and caught it. It felt like somebody set him on fire, and it left. It was freaky. That happened at Dr. Honolulu's office, but
Yeah.
he's retired now.
Yeah, that was back in 22, right after we met.
Yeah. It was creepy. So, it was just weird. And that was just sitting at the doctor's office. So you just never know. And I was not even expecting, I would have never expected something like that to happen at the doctor's office. I've never had anything like that happen before, but it was wild. And, like Phil said, I was never at the location where the photo was taken.
Yeah.
I know one time I had to review some footage on a video, and it was almost like spirit came from that video and started giving me messages. I remember that, and that was a long time ago. And it was almost like it was trying to channel through me to get its messages out. I've had that happen.
Yeah, and that Phil, I'm thinking that's just super interesting. There, sorry you got attacked. That's not interesting. That's fucked up. But I'm that's just super interesting to me because I've never come across that before, where somebody getting attacked through a digital photo or a video. So that's really interesting. As trying to understand how that works. Unless you had techie spirit.
Oh my God. The shit that pops out of your mouth on our shows. A
Hey.
techie spirit, yeah. He knew IT.
Yeah.
I've seen attachments, and the two I saw were very nasty. Yeah. Teresa saw my attachment from Pamplin Park. I know that's where it came from. I don't care what anybody says. One person said they don't have bad spirit there, and I'm like, whatever. Because 2 days after that vertigo incident, 3 days after that, yes, I had a dental appointment, and yeah, he did make a dental error, but I I know that I had picked something up there. I knew I did.
Well, and it could be like at the manor house, a
Yeah,
pass through.
yeah. Well, this one is permanently there. It's at the campsite. There's like the little tent area. I don't know what that's called. If Chris is on there, I can't remember the
Yeah.
name of it. Encampment or something like that. It might be, but it's in that little area. And every time I walk into a certain spot, I taste nothing but metallic everywhere. But my first year there, my phone got zapped. My second year, um, nothing really happened except for the metallic taste. And then the third time I went was when I had that incident with my vertigo a couple of days later.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of days later. And Teresa, Faith. Faith. She gave me that because she loves me. But after that, Teresa saw it, 6 or 8 months later.
Mm-hmm.
She knew I had an attachment and actually helped me out quite a bit because it was part of her that lifted that from me. That literally lifted that from me. As soon as it got lifted, everything started to lift up and feel better. It was messed up.
Mm-hmm.
I worry about attachments, cleaning and handling artifacts. Yeah. Oh, and there are some dark entities at the park. Yeah, I'm not. One person said that didn't happen to you. They don't have that kind of stuff there. And I'm like, bullshit. One thing I am very confident about is my intuition. And you can talk to me until I'm blue in the face. I'm very strong headed about that because I don't second guess that. That's one thing. That's that's confidence, with what I have. And I knew I picked up something there. And this one wasn't going to leave no matter what. Same thing at the cabin on 360, picking up something from there. It wasn't going to go anywhere. It just sat in the back of my car. And I'm like, oh, and that was a day that I think it was me and Dennis were there. We were looking over something and the energy didn't feel right to begin with. I knew it came with me, but the one at Pamplin Park attached itself. I can tell you what he looks like and exactly where he is. Next time I go to Pamplin Park, I'll show you where it's at because I know exactly where everything happened at. So I'm sure. And, that's wild that you say that because you're absolutely right. Attachments with artifacts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nope.
And like I said, I do know they attach themselves to artifacts, a photo, a statue, whatever. Like I said, I just never heard of it going digital.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know Banchero comes across a lot of artifacts, and if y'all haven't ever been to Pamplin Park, it doesn't matter what freaking time you go to Pamplin Park, whether it's afternoon, daylight or not, it's there, it's there's stuff there. It's a beautiful park. Beautiful park. It's huge. So you better have some really good walking shoes. It's a nice park, but it's got stuff there. It's definitely an experience worth telling in person. I got a few more interesting experiences too. Yeah, that would be interesting to, interesting topics to talk about. Maybe we need to do a attachment show segment or something. What is attached to you?
Okay. What is the difference between an attachment and something channeling you?
The channel leaves, and like with us, it's a controlled environment, and attachment is going to stay with you no matter what.
It's not always a controlled environment.
Well, it has been.
Not
Well,
always.
I mean,
Because
okay.
the very first time it happened to you in front of me, the very first time it happened to you, I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Well, let's take Dr. Honiblu's office. That definitely was an attachment. It didn't channel me in any way to make me, say things or answer questions like we do when we do the channeling stuff sometime. But I knew it attached itself to me, but it wasn't like, it didn't like take over my whole body where it does sometimes when I do a channeling, if that makes sense.
Is an attachment always non-human, or is it sometimes it's a human? It's intelligent.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Because I know a channeling, that's intelligent.
Right. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's an interesting question. I would prefer to leave with who I came with, honestly. Yeah. Us too.
Amen to that one.
But yeah, you know.
Because that one night, when we were at the manor house, when you were channeled against your will.
Yeah, yes, this is true. But at that time, I didn't quite know what was going on either.
Yeah.
John Savage had to tell me what was going on.
Yeah,
because I didn't channel stuff.
Well, you never know what's going on when you're channeling.
Well, yeah, that part I know because I don't remember anything, but I didn't even know what the hell it was.
Yeah.
Like the experience I had back in 2014 was technically a channeling against my will, but I didn't realize that's what it was.
Gotcha.
Because I would always tell people would say, well, can you channel my loved one for me? I don't channel like that. I didn't call spirit to me. I allow that spirit to come to me. Does that make sense? Without me calling them,
right?
Without me saying, hey, can you step out? It's not like that for me. They have to come to me. I don't sit there and, kind of like Jeanette.
Yeah.
It just comes to her.
Right.
Same thing with Teresa. It just comes to her. She's not sitting there, like we do in a controlled environment where I'm sitting and I'm like, okay, and you're opening yourself up. I don't know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
I'm just glad I'm not sensitive to the paranormal, or I would go nuts at work. Yes, you would. I see enough without it. Sensitive visitors tell me how overwhelmed they are during the visit. Yes, and it's called respect. But yeah, it is overwhelming there, Chris. Even, the educational center to me is a very overwhelming spot. I really want to make my way down there, but I'm just so slammed.
I guess I'm too much of an asshole. I've never been channeled. I'm lucky.
Well, you just got to be in a certain mindset when you do that. You gotta really just be relaxed, and you have to let your guard down.
Yeah, I don't want a channel. I don't. I'm happy doing what I do. I leave that other stuff up to you.
Right. So, yeah.
That's why we make a good team.
But I don't know. And then you get some people that say that none of that exists at all, and it's just bullshit. I've heard people say that too.
Yeah.
That would be
I don't say that.
open-minded skeptic.
Yeah. Now it's when I say it's bullshit, there are some people out there that they think they've got God's gift when all they have is gas. I can count on one hand the people that I truly believe are psychics, mediums, whatever word you want to use. And less than one hand. I got Geri, Phil's wife, Jeannie, Teresa,
Teresa?
Geri.
Teresa?
And that's honestly, those are the ones that if either one of those three told me something, I would take it as gospel. Anybody else, I don't know. Like I said, now I'm sure there are other ones out there. I'm not saying they're the only three psychics out there in the world. But me personally, out of all the people that I know, they're the only three that I trust.
Aww. Don't get all non-assholish on me now.
Oh, I can trust you and still be an asshole to you.
True, asshole.
Yeah, but I doing what we do at the Manor House with the Paranormal 101, I can't tell you how many times, and it has gone down since she started working for me. But I can't tell you how many times I've had somebody come up to me and says, "Well, I'm this, I'm that," and I'm thinking I'm being polite and I'm saying, "Oh, that's interesting." But in my opinion, if you have to go announce it, you're not it.
Yeah.
Because if you were the real deal, it pops out.
Yeah. Thanks, Tree. She twists me. I mean, yeah, it's one thing like if you put stuff on your cards, but I like it when people when I first started at the Manor House, people would come up and they'd be like, I'm a psychic medium. I can feel spirits, and I don't say anything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't say what I do. I just let them go. And then there was those couple times when people would say that, and I would just let them do their things. And as soon as I would just say, "Yep," I said I can sense spirit too, and then they would shut up real quick. In my dreams, mostly, yeah. So, but you got to have your open-minded skeptics too. But then again, we get a lot of people that don't believe at the Manor House, and then once they see our slideshow, they have a second opinion. They have a second thought process about that.
A slideshow or something happens at the Manor House that and I know Geri has too, but I've changed at least more than a couple people's minds.
Mm-hmm. And the more people you hang around with and associate yourself with that are like metaphysical, however you want to put it, it can't help but to rub off on you.
Yeah.
Right? Flowers. Right. I mean,
Yeah, I tell all the time she's contagious.
So,
Because I'm not going to sit here and say I'm this, I'm that as far as anything metaphysical goes, because we all know I'm not. But ever since I've started hanging around her, I have been, and I hate using this word because I think it's used way too often, but I am more sensitive to feelings. When there's something around, whether it's malevolent or benevolent, either or, I'm more sensitive to those feelings. But I couldn't tell you if it was male, female, non-human, Rin Tin Tin. I can't tell you any of that. But,
Rin Tin Tin.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You know who Rin Tin Tin is, don't you? He's a dog.
Oh.
Back in the 70s, he had his own TV show, German Shepherd.
You're much older than I am.
Much older? 3 years.
That's much older.
And women mature faster than men, so technically you're older than I am.
Oh my God.
Because technically I'm 12.
It shows. Yeah, it's easy to look up history of a place, then go investigation claiming they are a psychic medium. Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Tina.
Mm-hmm. Happens all the time, especially
Yeah.
at the manor house. It, like he said, it doesn't happen like it used to. You'll ever so often get people in there that'll remember the little girl that came, was it a couple weeks ago? I'm a witch.
Oh, yeah.
I cast spells.
Yeah. She was talking all that stuff till she came back with her dad.
Yeah. Then that whole attitude changed.
Yeah.
The word witch never came up. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah.
So, do you know any events coming up? I guess we should have looked that up, since that's what tonight normally is.
You know what? I didn't even.
It just now hit me.
Oh, let me see if I can go on here. If anybody has any events coming up, let me try to get on here and see if I can find some. I know that Pamplin Park does have events coming up. I wish we could go.
Yeah.
Because that would be so nice, so much fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. Everything that
Chris,
comes.
schedule something for a Friday.
Yeah. That's all our events.
Yeah, we're at the Manor House every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 9 p.m. until the beginning of September, which is just around the corner. They will be every Monday and Saturday, still at 9 p.m.
Let's see. So that's all from Virginia Beach.
Well, maybe people out there want to go to
Illinois.
Virginia Beach.
All right, so let's see. The Cabin on 360 has Twilight Terrors and Battlefield Ghost Walk. That's coming up September 17th at 6:30. But you can always go to the Virginia Paranormal Events page that John Stevens has. Big World War II event this weekend in public investigation, September 13th.
Chris Banchero at Pamplin Park.
Yeah, Chris Fanchon, and Pamplin Park is located in Petersburg, y'all. And it even minus the events, the park is a beautiful park. As a matter of
It
fact,
really is.
yeah, because I was gonna, I think at one time I was checking memberships there, and I got sidetracked because I was gonna become a member, but I got sidetracked and I forgot what I was doing. I was at Jennifer's house doing something with her ghosties and just completely got sidetracked, and my brain went somewhere else.
I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, I was really into that. I don't see any. Let me see. I'm on the wrong. My dumbass is somewhere else. Hold on. Here we go. We sure do miss John Stevens because he rocks it.
Yeah.
All right, Pamplin Park. That's right. With Crop, September 13th from 6 p.m. to 1. Tickets are $50. Space is limited. Yeah, I haven't been there. It's a wonderful place to be. I don't know where Magnolia Grange is.
It's in
Chesterfield. John Stevens put out here Flamery Promotions. They're doing an event it's August 30th. If you go on, and then Fredericksburg Paranormal is doing some stuff. Well, that's already passed, so I'm sorry. One of your cats is down there. I said one of your cats is down there coughing.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can work on that before I go home. August 15th has passed. My brain is just shut off. I don't see any more. So if y'all can think of any, that would be fantastic. But, for those of you that tune into the show, even after this show and you go onto YouTube, everything's under Virginia Paranormal Events, and that is on Facebook. So no, I don't think it's a hairball.
No, it's not a hairball.
Yeah, they got a little cat cold.
Yeah.
Poor little kitten. So cute. Next week we have Psychic Roundtable. Not in Virginia, but Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, just a little way south of Emporia, is Paracrypticon. Oh, Paracrypticon, September 13th. So let me ask you, Phil, does North Carolina have a paranormal events page? Need to touch on the subject again. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Because there's just so much unexplained out there. But I don't think everything, my back is starting to hurt a little bit. I don't think everything is demonic.
The chair has a back to it.
But see, now my shoulders look big and my head looks small, and I look like a fat tick sitting at this angle.
You look like a midget.
I can't help it, you're the Jolly Green Giant. Cross my arms soft. Feel more confident about myself.
Here, how about now?
All right, so not that you know of, because that would be really cool. Yeah, the subject is a lot to talk about. Next week we got Psychic Roundtable coming up, and I believe Jess Webb is coming on that, and Stephanie. I was trying to get Teresa to do some stuff, but she don't love me anymore, so.
You do it for me, won't you, Teresa? Pretty please.
Teresa ain't doing shit for you, flowers.
You can be pissed if she does it.
Yeah, don't do it, Tree. Don't do it. Yeah. We have Phil's wife coming up too on our show. I don't remember the exact date, but she's going to come on also.
Yeah, she is the boss, Teresa.
Yeah.
I pay her to say so.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to have a third person on the show on Psychic Roundtable, but
Yeah, right now it's a psychic triangle.
yeah, it's not a psychic square roundtable because it's just three little people.
And I'll just be sitting in the corner looking pretty.
I thought you were taking a night off.
Huh?
He said he didn't want to do the show with me anymore when I did Metaphysical Hour because it's boring to him.
When did I say that?
I must have dreamt it.
No, I'll be there. I just won't be adding a whole lot to it.
Gee, you are. You
Well,
love hear the cat.
that's copy.
Isn't this a cute cat? He's got a cold and he feels a little warm.
That's a sheep.
Oh, isn't she a cute cat? Oh. She's like, I don't want you to touch me. I was trying to help you. I was trying to help you because you have a cold. So, yeah, that's what we got going on next week. And I'll be back at my house then. Wants the attention but doesn't want the Reiki. Come on now, cat. For real. Wants the attention but doesn't want the Reiki. It's like, I don't want you messing with me. Such a little tiny cat. But yeah, I think tonight's topics were pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Not everything's a demon. It is a round table. Yes, it is. Not everything's a demon, but yeah. We appreciate y'all tuning in. Really hate to. We've still got a few minutes. Anybody got any questions? Any thoughts on tonight's topics? I mean, no. You gotta let me do my work. Nothing.
Okay,
At least y'all get to chill early. What are you doing?
I missed out on something here.
I see.
Oops. She looks like she's the boss. Yeah. Okay.
Come here. It's okay.
Ow.
It's all right, kid. It's all right.
She unplugged my computer.
Huh? That's okay. It's not going to die.
Cat, she's 2 years old. I adopted her and her brother. Yeah, I went to just adopt him, and they said, "No, match set. You have to take both of them." I said, "Okay." Yeah, I think you're right.
Demon did it.
Yeah, cat can be a little demon.
Yeah. It's just got a little sniffle. Could be allergies, though. Yeah. Cat knows the deal. Yeah. These cats are cute because they got. Yeah, I know. That's what I was thinking. An upper respiratory infection. That's what I was feeling up over in here. So that's why I was like, it's a little hot there. See if she'll let me.
Yeah.
Should let's see if she'll let me hold her long enough to Reiki that little spot. I have my enhancer in the car. For some reason, I clipped it to my rear view mirror. Hello. So yeah, they got two cats. This one needs attention. It's like, don't. Hello.
Yeah, like showing her ass.
Yeah. Cat butts. I'm going to get home and Jasmine's going to totally disown me now. She's going to be like, where have you been? So, all right, you guys. Well, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. It was interesting topics. Thanks for y'all coming on every week. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do a little bit of Reiki on the cat, and then it's back to mummies.
Adios, everybody.
See y'all next week. Paranormal Roundtable, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
God.